Hi, everybody. It's Wednesday, and I have Zelda with me. Hey, Zelly Belly. Because Zelda's like, stop working and play with me. Right, Mighty Hunter Kitty? All right. Okay, you going to play in the sink again? Okay, Zelda likes water. She's like, what was that? Yeah, you do like water. Yeah. So, Zelda doesn't like me talking to the computer very much. She'd much rather I throw foil balls for her, but we need to learn that we can't always get what we want in life. That was very cynical. I wanted to do at least one specifically tech driven thing today. And so I wanted to talk about this latest Facebook hack thing, whatever you want to call it. I was actually one of the, what is it, like 50,000 people affected by this hack. I got the little thing on my Facebook thing. 30 million users around the globe. So they just took my information and 30 million other people. And at first I was like, oh, God, now what? And then I realized that at least in my case, the stuff they took didn't affect me that much. Um, it was basically things like name, email address, phone number. I don't even think I gave Facebook my phone number. Um, Maybe my cell, date of birth, places like that. I don't check in anywhere on Facebook. Yes, Zelda. Yes. What? What is it? Come here. Come here. Come back then. Hello. Yes, Zelda doesn't care about the Facebook hack. There is Zelda. Yes, anybody. There we go. But basically, in my case, most of the information the hackers took is publicly available anyway. One of the things that kind of bugs me about Wikipedia is, Wikipedia never asked me if information like my date of birth or place of birth or anything like that was something I wanted out in public. But this happened years ago. It's one of the trade-offs you make when you're in the media. It's not something that people really understand when you get into it. I think if I knew I was giving up quite so much of my privacy, I may have chosen another line of work. Who knows? Water under the bridge, right? But this isn't true for a lot of people, this idea of having your information public, is I think very unnerving for some people. And that's why I sort of wanted to talk about what this means. Now, it is true that the personal information of this sort can be used to obtain things like your banking password if you're at a bank with sloppy security. That's why it's important to not be at a bank with sloppy security. But things like email address, okay, I'm paranoid. And so, hello, you think I'm paranoid? Zelda, I'll rub your tummy in a minute, okay? But when Facebook first started and they want all this personal information, I'm like, this is a terrible idea. And so I specifically set up an email address just for Facebook. I don't use it for anything else because my thought is, first of all the junky crap, all the notifications Facebook spams out, just go to an email I never check. But also I figured if anybody gets the email connected to Facebook, it is not an email tied to my online banking or anything like that. Now, I think, why doesn't everybody do this? Well, the answer is convenience. They just don't have the time. They don't have the understanding of computers. Phone number, again, I don't like the idea that hackers got my phone number just because I don't like nuisance calls. But again, that phone number, I think it is my cell, is on every business card I hand out at any gaming convention. So that number is in the hands of thousands of people already. That doesn't mean it's not frustrating that Facebook keeps getting hacked Now it's deeper than this though, because one of the things the hackers apparently got access to is access tokens, those log on with Facebook features they admit I use just out of convenience. Now I use it mainly for things that I also have two-step authentication turned on to. So that solves that problem. If you have two-step authentication turned on, yeah, it's a bit annoying to get a code from your cell phone, but it stops them from being able to get access to anything you do finances on. And these are kind of basic things you can use and you don't have to worry about it. Now, my big concern is that Facebook is getting hacked pretty frequently. And we're getting increasingly complacent to the fact that periodic Facebook hacks are just a part of life now. And there's really no punishment for Facebook getting hacked. There's no fines, there's no, loss of business. Facebook is still just so dominant in terms of the social media ad landscape, and it's a tool that a lot of people like in terms of looking at pictures of other people's families, that there's no consequences for having lax information security. And that's the thing that bothers me the most, because if there were more consequences to these sorts of security failings, perhaps Facebook would take security more seriously as something they need to spend money on. Because right now this is happening just far too often. I understand that things happen, but they are getting hit at least once a year now. Granted, they're a massive target, but these are also giant vulnerabilities. And yes, Facebook is a big site that does a lot of things. That doesn't matter. The issue is that Facebook makes money because people trust it to give them their information, and advertisers like it because they can target ads in very specific ways. So with all that power and ability to make money, should be more consequences. There should be some sort of penalty that Facebook suffers for faulty security. Now the question is, I don't know what that is. If anybody has any suggestions or advice, I'm a little bit wary of suggesting a government fine. And I'll talk about why in a minute. But first, since we're on the subject of money, help support this channel. Become a monthly patron. Patreon.com/Leanna K. It helps me out a lot. And you get access to awesome new content. I think I might do a lying on the floor with cats again this week. People have been asking me about that. But back to money. I am hesitant to suggest a fine just because I haven't thought about this enough. And then that's government, essentially backdoor government regulation of Facebook, which should be fine, but I have no faith in the government understanding this technology to be an effective regulator of it, which is what gives me pause. So what do you guys think? What do you think is an appropriate punishment, an appropriate censure of Facebook for continuing to have extremely sloppy security? Leave a comment below. I'll read the most interesting ones on Feedback Friday. Thanks for watching.